Well, welcome back, everyone. Right now, the Straits area looking mighty fine. We have basically clear skies. You can see the bridge, no problem right now. Clouds are not going to be a huge problem, but they will be overnight and throughout the day tomorrow with just a little clearing from time to time. Current temperatures, look at Grayling, 33, just like Gaylord down through Houghton Lake. Charlevoix, 38. Petoskey, same temperature right there. Latest live temperature in Pickford in the UP. Right now, 38 degrees, the high just at 40. Low last night down to 33. McBain right now 34. Not much of a breeze going on, but where there is that wind chill factor. So it feels colder. Feels like 27 Houghton Lake and Alpena, but only 25 in Gaylord. Just a little breeze, but it does make a bit of a difference if you're stepping outside. There the story was. Last 12 hours this morning, some sunshine, and really for the day, the clouds did push on through. Maybe a sprinkle in the UP, but for the most part, lower atmosphere, very dry. In fact, we have had some clearing or some thinning of the clouds out there in the western counties, at least for now. But there's still more clouds back to the west. They have to rotate their way through here for tonight and really for tomorrow. Here's future view, 9 p.m. There you go, a little partial clearing. And then as the night goes on, more clouds filtering the way back into northern Michigan. So come tomorrow morning, there's 7 o'clock. Maybe a couple breaks, but overall, mostly cloudy skies. How about around the noontime for hunters trying to go out for maybe a little lunch here, a little break? Well, still rather cloudy. Wind speeds about 5 to 15 coming out of the south. That's noon. How about the afternoon? Well, winds continue shifting now southwest across our northern lower counties, more south around the central UP. And of course, the eastern UP, same story. But there 5 p.m., you get partial clearing going on, so maybe some sunshine breaking out, and that'll be more the trend for the nighttime hours on into the weekend. Sunshine making a return for Friday. High temperatures 30s and 40s. Saturday and Sunday, hope you like some sunshine. It's coming your way. 40s and 50s are certainly expected. And the longer term forecast looking into really next week, temperatures basically above average and precipitation looking a bit below average, if not just about at average. So overall, warmer temperatures certainly coming your way. How about tonight, though? Low temperatures down around 30 degrees. A lot of clouds tonight. Tomorrow, still rather cloudy and light winds at 5 to 15. High temperatures, though, a low to mid 40s. Northern counties, mild tonight, 23. Traverse City down to 31. Partial clearing, a little while, thinning the clouds, but then more come back in later on tonight and stay with you for tomorrow. Some sunny breaks at times, but not everyone is going to see that sunshine. High temperatures, 40s. Central lower counties, there are your lows, 23 in Gladwin, Mount Pleasant down to 25. Also a little clearing for now, more clouds rolling back in, and wind speeds lighter here throughout the day, 6 to about 12 miles per hour, but also shifting there from the south to southwest. Your 3-day forecast, dry skies tomorrow, dry skies on Friday, and like I said, the weekend looking mighty fine. Get outside and enjoy it. A lot of sunshine Saturday, some clouds around for Sunday. By Monday, thickening clouds, but rainfall will hold off until next Tuesday.
These 4-year-olds are getting valuable early education, but others just like them in Michigan don't have that same opportunity. I'm Evan Dean in Cadillac. Coming up on 9 and 10 News in our special report, we'll tell you how thousands of kids are missing out on preschool education.
Research reveals just how important early education is for kids, specifically in the year before kindergarten. The federal and state governments have free preschool programs for at-risk children in low-income families. But as Evan Dean found out in the special report, nearly 30,000 eligible 4-year-olds can't get into those programs.
K-E-N-N-Y, Kenny.
To 4-year-old Kenny Girding, this preschool classroom,
Kenny, you want to come up and help me?
is like a second home.
He comes home every day very excited. He hates the weekends because he don't get to go to school, but he definitely loves it here.
Kenny spends 4 half-days a week at Franklin Elementary in Cadillac.
Good job, Kenny.
He's part of Michigan's Great Start Readiness Program, or GSRP. It's a free preschool program that gives at-risk kids learning opportunities before entering kindergarten.
I think at this age it's paramount because everything's so new to them, including being in such a
large group all at once with so many other kids and only 2 adults watching them.
But this youngster, who's challenged by attention deficit disorder and a speech impediment, was almost left out of the program.
I'm still only making initial wages from college, even with a steady job. I don't see how we could afford to pay for schooling.
After spending months on a waiting list, Kenny was finally enrolled. The Girding family is actually one of the lucky ones in the midst of a statewide preschool capacity problem.
The Head Start program fills first, and those children are considered more at risk and extremely low income. Then after that, those applications come to us for the Great Start Readiness Program.
Once all of the GSRP spots in Michigan were filled this year, nearly 30,000 4-year-olds eligible with at least 2 of the required risk factors were left at home and out of the classroom.
Right now, we have approximately 20 students that are waiting to get in.
That's just for Cadillac area public schools. In the Northwest Michigan service area, 2,265 4-year-olds are eligible for free pre-K, but only 1,289 students are enrolled, leaving 43% of eligible students out.
Tears. Seriously, I have had parents call in tears, stating that they can't afford to pay for preschool, and yet they know that's what's best for their child.
It's unfortunate, and those tend to be students that trickle off and begin to have much more challenges, and later on exhibit more of those at-risk behaviors.
We decided to seek answers at the Department of Education in Lansing.
At this point, we don't have the resources to build the capacity. So, I mean, it's pretty simple.
To add to it, the federally funded Head Start program is facing massive cuts.
It is conceivable that up to 8 to 10% of our enrollment could be cut. In Michigan, that means roughly 3,400 slots.
The big question is, why is there such a funding problem for preschool? Why can't thousands of eligible 4-year-olds get the valuable early education they need? And is there anybody to blame?
If I was pointing fingers, it's all of us in rethinking what we know is really going on with learning and reorienting our financial support for earlier years.
There are talks to expand the GSRP. At the forefront is a policy asking the state to invest an additional $130 million per year for the program. It would boost Great Start's enrollment by up to 40%. Now, school leaders in Lansing are trying to convince lawmakers that it's a worthwhile investment.
As I call it, the chorus is getting louder and broader, and that different interest groups are actually supporting more resources for early childhood. The business community recognizes very, very clearly that we need to invest more in early childhood.
Cadillac area public schools have pulled money out of their general funds to keep the free preschool program alive. They're hoping Lansing comes to the rescue.
What are we going to use our tax dollars, as a legislator to pay for? And I'm always going to fall on the side of it needs to go towards education, because I see that as our hopes and dreams for Michigan.
For now, the future of the GSRP is unknown, but the future for Kenny Girding gets a bit brighter every day he spends in his classroom. And his parents, who've seen tremendous improvement in their son, hope others can get that same kind of opportunity.
I think, trying to get this state-funded program out there to everybody is a very important thing. I don't think it should be just for those who are fortunate enough. I think it should be for everybody.
In Cadillac, I'm Evan Dean for 9 and 10 News at 6.
In addition to the 30,000 Michigan kids that qualify for the preschool programs and can't get in, there are thousands more families who don't qualify but still can't afford to pay for preschool.
Next on 9 and 10 News at 6, helping provide some basic needs for women and children going through the toughest times of their lives. The Women's Resource Center of Northern Michigan is once again holding their annual Harvest Food and Supply Drive. The donations will help support families staying at their safe home. That's an emergency shelter serving people from Antrim, Charlevoix, Sheboygan, Emmett, and Otsego counties. They're looking for things like food, cleaning products, toiletries, basically anything anyone would need while starting over.
Through any given year, we're housing approximately 140 women and children at our safe home. And if you can imagine having approximately 8 people a day staying in your home, there's a real need for a variety of items to help support those families during their stay.
Donations can be dropped off at any of the Women's Resource Center's locations in Petoskey, Sheboygan, Boyne City, East Jordan, or Mansalona.
The Tigers bolstered their lineup by adding a former Angel to their outfield, and a number of local prep standouts signed their national letters of intent today. Aaron Mills has those stories next in sports.
The Tigers' offense and defense got a whole lot better today, landing 9-time Gold Glove winning outfielder Torrey Hunter. Tigers right fielders hit just .235 with 13 homers last season, were dead last in runs scored, and struggled on defense too. Enter Torrey Hunter, who agreed to a 2-year, $26 million deal to become Detroit's new everyday right fielder today. Hunter, coming off one of the best seasons in his career, hit .300 for the first time to go along with 16 homers and 92 RBIs. He'll likely bat second in the lineup behind Austin Jackson. Now, following the announcement today, Hunter tweeted, quote, "Found a job, headed to Motown to win that ring." In 14 seasons, Hunter, career .277 hitter, 297 homers, and 9 Gold Gloves. Now, in mere moments, the Cy Young Awards will be handed out. Justin Verlander hoping to beat out 20-game winners David Price and from Tampa Bay and Jared Weaver as well for the award. Verlander went 17-8, a 2.64 earned run average, also led the majors in strikeouts. If he wins, he would be the first pitcher since Pedro Martinez in 1999 and 2000 to win back-to-back AL Cy Youngs. In Traverse City today, a pair of TC West Titans signing national letters of intent to play collegiately at Michigan State University. Senior Walter Borkovich signing to join the Spartans baseball team. He went 5-3 with the Titans last year. He's got a fastball in the high 80s. He drew interest from a number of Big Ten schools, but knew MSU was the school for him for a number of reasons.
Oh, it's just a great university and great academic institution as well, not just athletics. Obviously athletics are great, but it's definitely a big moment in my life, and hopefully keep going from here.
Joining Walter next year at Michigan State will be his fellow Titan, Katie Long. Katie signing her NLI to join the MSU rowing team. She's been rowing for the last 2 years for the Lake Leelanau Rowing Club, led her team to wins in tournaments in Ann Arbor and Grand Rapids. Future international relations major, excited about the opportunity, really enjoyed her recruitment process.
I think it was a lot easier than most of those bigger sports. I really didn't start talking to the MSU coach until last year. I gave him my statistics. He came to see one of the regattas, and then I went to do an official visit, and it just clicked, and so I decided that I needed to commit.
And Kalkaska's Callie Guy signing her NLI to play basketball at Michigan Tech. That's it for sports. We'll have Pistons for you on Sports Extra. See you then.
Ever Hunters, no big weather issues tomorrow. Some clouds around, decent temperatures, and sunshine for the weekend.
Thank you, Tom.
Thanks so much for joining us tonight.
CBS Evening News is next. Have a great night.